Hello there, geometry fans. Here's the quiz to help you out, or the video to help you out with this quiz. All right, so sit back and enjoy the ride. On these first three questions, you need to write whether it's true or false. If it's true, then that's all you got to put. If it is false, you got to give a counterexample. Basically, prove it. Okay? So, number one, the difference, which means subtraction, of two odd numbers is always an odd number. Is that true? Subtract two odd numbers. On a piece of paper, just play with it, or on your calculator, subtract odd numbers and see, do you always get an odd number? If you don't, then that is your counterexample that you're going to want to write right here. Moving on to number two. Two right angles are always supplementary. Are two right angles always supplementary? Supplementary means they add up to 180. True or false? If it's false, give a reason why. And then same way for number 3. For any two integers, a and b, the set a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. Plug in numbers and work it out and see if it's always going to equal each other on both sides. If it doesn't, that would be your counterexample you want to put down. Okay, 4 through 10. All right, you're allowed to use your notes for any of these too, by the way, guys. So just matching. This is conjunction, disjunction, conditional, inverse, converse, contrapositive, and biconditional. Here's all your choices. Use your notes to help you match up which goes with which. Okay, this one means if P or if Q, then P. This one would say P if and only if Q. C says P or Q. D says not P, or if not P, then not Q. Letter E says if not Q, then not P. Letter F is P and Q. And letter G is if P, then Q. Okay, on 11 through 14, again, using your notes. Here is your statements for P and Q. P, Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. Q, there are 4 feet in a yard. So we're to write the statements and then also determine the truth value, true or false, on all of these. So this is P or Q. Number 12 is P and Q. 13 is P and not Q. And 14 is not P or Q. So you want to write the statements out using these two sentences. Okay, and then determine. Just kind of think about it in your head. Use common sense. Is this true or false? Again, use your notes as help. Okay, 15 and 16. You got to complete the truth tables. I want to remind you, if it has a not in it, like this one does, you got to have regular P, then not P, regular Q, and then not Q, and then down here you're going to have the whole thing. At the end, not P or not Q. Okay? On this one, we're just going to have P, then you're going to have regular R, and then not R, and then of course P and not R. Okay? So to start this off, just start with true, and then start filling in the rest of them. So I would go with true, true, false, false. Same way here. True, true, false, false to get you started. Again, use your notes to help you. In number 17 and 18, we're going to use this statement. If it is January, then there is snow. Write down the hypothesis and write down the conclusion. In numbers 19 and 20, okay, you are to write the inverse, converse, contrapositive, and conditional statement. So here they're telling you what to write on all these. Okay? And I have the picture from the board here to help you. Try to zoom him in right here. There we go. So you can use this picture to aid you, all right? So number 19, if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. The first is asking for the inverse, which is not P, if not P, then not Q. So like if you do not live in Akron, then you do not live in Ohio. So right here's all the examples too. And then of course, give the truth. Is it true or false? Then you guys are going to want to write the converse. The converse is right here. If Q, then P. So if you live in Ohio, then you live in Akron. And then the contrapositive, which is if not Q, then not P. You're just flipping the inverse around. So whatever you wrote up here, you're just flipping it backwards down here. And then number 20, a different statement. A capital letter is a vowel if and only if it is symmetrical. Write the conditional. So write what the original statement would be. So if one, then the other. And then lastly in the converse, if Q, then P. Okay. So you just want to flip around what the original statement is. And then the truth to this statement. Is there truth to this? And explain. If you have questions, obviously, please let me know. I hope this helped. Good luck, and have a great rest of your day.